is.
10,
Placing a hold. Okay.
9, 8,
Oh, dear.
7,
Wait a sec. Oh,
6,
no, it's going.
1.
It's going. It's going. Okay.
Me.
This month's book is Sipsworth by Simon Van Boy. Right?
Good enough.
Sound right?
Yeah. Bill, why'd you pick it, and tell us what you were thinking when you picked it?
What were you thinking, Bill? What the hell were you thinking?
Bill, I like the
I
book.
picked it on a recommendation. So,
Somebody you trust?
Was it Aunt Judy?
no, it was our sister-in-law, Ellen's.
Oh, okay.
She read it, she liked it, and so that's what I did. And plus, it fit our profile for pages.
Excellent choice, Bill.
A little book.
Yeah.
I love the
We love it.
220 pages.
We love it.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
good.
120 pages?
Two.
Okay, here's a plot summary. Helen Cartwright is 83 years old. Her husband Lynn died of a heart attack, and her son David was killed in a car accident. They used to live in Australia, but 3 years ago, Helen moved back to her hometown in England. During this time, she isolated herself from other people, struggling with her grief over the deaths of her loved ones. She has no friends or acquaintances in town and spends her time either watching television or lost in reveries of the past. She is filled with despair and longs to die. One Friday morning, Helen watches a neighbor set a fish tank out with his trash. She investigates and is intrigued to see the figure of a deep-sea diver in the tank. Years before, she bought a similar toy for David. Engulfed by memories, she brings the tank into her house. That night, she hears a soft tapping noise in the house, which turns out to be the mouse, which turns out to be Sipsworth. So, I'm just wondering, it's obviously a story about aging and people coming to help people who are aging. It made me think a little bit about our group as we get older. I mean,
What?
well, yeah, we have our book group. A lot of people don't even have their book group.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a book group.
She doesn't read.
We are.
She has a mouse, Bill.
All of us are pretty darn social. When you think
Yeah.
of other people our age,
Irritating.
no one can really quite compete with Patty, but we all have our moments.
So, is that your take on it too? That she's a woman that's aging, and I kind of wondered as I was reading it, like Sipsworth might be like a figment of her imagination, but I think that Sipsworth was a real mouse.
Yeah,
and,
well, there was enough detail there. Yeah,
all
I
that.
think. Did we ever figure out? Did they ever say how old she was? Definitively?
83.
83. Okay, I couldn't remember. Okay.
Oh, she's 80, and then chapter 2 or 3, she was 83.
Oh.
She'd spent 3 years.
3
in the
years
cottage.
and knew no
Oh.
one.
And nothing had
Really?
happened. Nothing
Yeah.
had changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which sounds like such a depressing life, honestly. So sad and depressing.
Well,
like,
it happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty endearing, I guess. I don't know.
Did you like the
Yeah.
book, Bill?
I thought it was. I don't know that I loved it or anything like that, but it was a study on aging, and I have some questions that that I got out of a deal here, and they mention about how her people supported her, like they recognized she was a talented. Was she a surgeon or
Yeah.
surgeon in Australia? And she invented something, right?
Oh, yeah,
She
that's
She
right.
invented-
invented some
And
heart
so-
valve
and
that
so-
everybody knew about.
So then Sipsworth has a medical problem. What's he have, a heart attack or something?
Cardiac issue.
And she takes him to the emergency room.
Oh yeah.
No,
she
she
goes?
went to the emergency room and tries to talk them out of all of
All
their
the
equipment
supplies for
that
the.
she needs, and they're just looking at her going, "Who are you?" Like a little old lady shows up and wants all these specific things,
Yeah.
like she knows what's going on. And
Yeah.
then once they got her name, they realized, oh, crap.
who she is. She's a famous.
She's famous. Yeah.
She's famous, and so they began to support her, realizing she's nuts. Right? I mean, they do kind of think.
Let's humor her.
Yeah, let's humor her. Let's take care of her. You know, one day we're all going to be there, right?
Yeah.
And so they, yeah, they support her, and you know, it's a good lesson. You know, you need to have somebody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's so independent, and then she has her incident where she's now dependent, really dependent.
How? Why? What incident did she have?
In the book where she's in the hospital and
She has like
in the
a heart
end.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
But, oh, never mind.
Patty, what do you want to say? Go ahead.
Nope.
Why didn't she clean up her garden and just
Oh.
get... I mean, she was really depressed.
She was depressed.
She was depressed. She moved home to die. It was sad.
It was sad.
Don't you call this kind of a functional depression? I mean, she had reason to be depressed.
She
She
wasn't
did.
functioning hardly at all.
And,
But she fed herself. She, you know,
Yeah, frozen food.
she didn't.
right. I mean, but she still fed
She was
herself.
barely surviving until she met that mouse.
Right.
Barely
She was
survived.
ready to die. I mean, she was waiting for the
Mhm.
days. She was counting, you know, hoping that it would be today. She'd wake up and she's like, oh, dang, I'm still here.
She had no
She
purpose.
was, yeah.
She had no purpose. She'd lost her purpose and she'd lost her family and she had no friends. And she had no reason to get up every day. I mean,
I thought it was amazing that she didn't recognize the symptoms of her heart trouble when she's this
Yeah,
big
the back.
heart expert.
She was having
I mean, what, she
back.
had pains in her left
Back,
arm.
yes.
And numbness
Jaw.
in her left arm. And she
but I think she was
Dizzy,
kind of hoping.
shortness of
I
breath.
think she was hoping she'd just go until she met all those people and then and the mouse. I don't know.
Yeah, the fact that the people saved her for a little while is really an important lesson.
How did it end? I forget.
The mouse came back.
The mouse
yeah,
came back.
she
What
came
did-
up.
She, gets
She
out
came
of the
home and
hospital.
then she heard the tapping on the.
Pushing on
He
the
was
screen
on
door.
he was on the back door.
So she still had her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, she still had her mouth.
The
She-
mice only lived 2
And that's
years.
all you need.
He
Mice only
disappeared
lived
the
to-
night that she had the heart thing,
It got cold out. He went
and
back there.
he disappeared.
Yeah.
And then they looked. The friends came and looked while.
If those friends had burst in and bothered her and gone out onto the patio, Sipsworth never would have gotten lost in the first place. That's what I can think. If those people hadn't,
broken into her house. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're thinking
just
she's having a heart attack
burst
or
in.
she's
To
dead.
save her.
To save her.
no, she was back from the hospital then.
Oh, that's right,
And they
okay.
came and.
Oh, they-
and,
yeah, they-
They were
No,
putting
came to
flood
visit.
floodlights.
Oh, no, this was when she.
Trying to find
No,
Sipsworth?
it was when she had it.
Yeah, it was when
Because remember
Sipsworth
she
disappeared
slept.
that
She
she had a
No.
heart
slept.
attack.
No, they were concerned about security, you know, the break-ins.
She
down the
slept
street.
really late, probably because she was having some heart issue, and they couldn't get her to wake up to answer the door, which was unusual. And so that's when they broke in,
Yeah,
and then they all end up showing up, and then
Sipsworth disappeared.
Sipsworth disappeared,
And
and then
then
she
she
has
has
a
a
heart
heart
attack,
attack.
and then she goes to the hospital, and then when she comes back, she's like, well, you know, she's got friends now, which is good, but no, Sipsworth's gone, and then she's like, sits there like for a whole evening, and all of a sudden she hears the little,
No, he's at the back door and he's
like
he's
waiting.
waiting.
doing, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
she,
great.
I like the way they described it, and she heard the noise, and she looked past the slippers stuck to the floor, and
That's
saw
right.
the mouse at the French door.
That's right, the slipper that got stuck to the floor in the mouse
And
trap.
they were still there.
Oh, yeah.
They were still
I
there.
mean,
Oh, somebody said a mouse trap?
No,
No.
no,
Oh,
she,
yeah, that would be.
It was a
cool.
mousetrap.
she went
Yeah.
she went to the hardware store
Blue trap.
because
Blue
she's
trap.
thinking in the
That'd be
beginning
awesome.
she's
She was
gonna get
gonna
rid of
trap
this
it.
mouse.
Oh, okay.
And so she ends up getting these sticky things where the mouse will get stuck on.
yeah,
Because she didn't want
and
to
die a
kill.
horrible
She-
death.
Die a horrible slow
Yeah,
death.
that's a worse
Right.
death than just getting your head smashed.
She didn't want to see blood, so she got the
And
blue
that's what the guy
traps.
at the hardware store
Which
told
is
her. He said, something you
cooler.
just drop them in and
Sure.
put them out in the
Yeah.
Anyway, and so when she goes into the kitchen, she accidentally in her slippers steps on them, and so now they're stuck on her things.
No.
On her
Both slippers.
Both slippers. So she had to go buy new slippers.
And they
But-
stayed there for a while.
But the hilarious part was she wanted to use some sort of transport for Sipsworth. So she takes a pair of scissors, because the glue trap's got a plastic, the glue's in the tray, plastic in the bottom. She takes scissors and cuts out the slipper, and then so the slipper's got a plastic bottom on it.
Oh, yeah, that's
And now
right.
she can use it for transport.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sipsworth would crawl into
But
it,
was
and then
it
she'd walk him
hilarious?
upstairs, or she'd take
Oh.
him into the dining room.
Was it
have a living room,
hilarious?
Oh, it
watch
was.
TV
It was
together,
hilarious.
and have
Hilarious?
little dinners together. Hey, you actually-
You need to find
Jason
more
said
joy,
that.
Pat.
You would have
I
liked this
reserved
one.
Sonny, you're gonna have a little
hilarious,
mouse
the word
friend.
hilarious.
I did think the ending was just a little bit.
Hollywood.
Yeah, but you're
Right.
you're already in that kind of corny. I mean,
The whole book was
To tell you the truth, at the end, I thought they were both gonna die. I thought she was gonna die and Sipsworth was gonna die, not of being out in the cold and
just that he just would never show back
well,
up.
he obviously has a condition.
2
that
years.
is going to
Yeah,
kill him.
they lived 2 years.
And
Mouse.
I thought they were just gonna pass away together and that was gonna
Meet
be
in
the
heaven
end.
and
But
it was
instead,
happy.
she's fine and he's fine and he's at the door waiting at her and.
Hey, it's not bad, now let me in.
The thing is, on some level, I mean, and I read it twice. It felt a little unrealistic that all these people, from the hardware store guy, the gay guy, to the hospital, the doctor, all of them would like take care of
Who
her.
broke the law
Yeah,
to help her.
help her out for a mouse. I mean, and so all I could think is, oh my God, I hope there's somebody, people out there like that for me. Even if this feels like it might be a little fake, I want the fake. I'm going in for the fake. So
I didn't think any of it was fake, because she was a renowned person,
She was.
and they appreciated,
Yeah.
they appreciated that, and because of that, the other parts of the community realized that
Yeah.
that this was a person of
Oh,
value.
That she wasn't
but if
crazy.
she wouldn't have been renowned,
Well,
Yeah.
the
It
hard-
would
the hard-
not
the
have
hard-
mattered.
Then
The
it'd been
hardware
like, hey,
store
you're
guy,
on your
I
own.
think, liked her no matter what, and he was helping her
he
before
didn't
he
know.
he,
Yeah.
he helped
He
her
didn't
before he
know,
realized
yeah.
who she was.
Yeah.
But it was the other people, yes,
Yeah.
that all sort of stepped up and went, I don't think she's crazy. I think she wants to save a mouse. I mean, which kind of sounds crazy.
Well, I mean,
Well, the whole story
Take
was,
care
it
of
was
that.
kind of a thin, there was kind of like a thin veil of logic and we would all be guilty of this, of being irresponsibly committed to something not frivolous, but something that's different than day-to-day living. And we've all bought into something like that, where everybody goes, well,
Why are you doing that?
Why do you doing
Yeah.
that? And it's because
Somehow it's
I'm
important.
committed to this thing, and she was committed to this mouse. This book, honest to gosh, it's like a Pam Seymour biography.
That's what I'm
Because-
saying. I can't believe Pam didn't read this.
Because
I
we've
think she
spent
would
the
love
last
this.
week bathing her chickens.
Oh,
I know.
no.
Well, see, that's the thing. If this book would have been about a chicken instead of a mouse,
I would have read it.
Pam did read the chicken book.
I did
Just
read the
for the
chicken
record,
book.
the book I recommended.
So
which
that's
is
the
the
key,
chicken
folks.
mouse.
get a chicken in there.
gotta be about chickens.
But yes,
Mouses?
Jason, I think that is
No.
an excellent point because
So the chickens
Pam
getting
goes
better?
to
Are they
extreme
getting better? How do you
measures
know?
I think
that
so.
no one would go to
I think so.
Have
Yeah.
they turned
to
the
save a
corner?
chicken.
We're
I
not
mean,
dead
you do
yet.
crazy things.
Yeah.
In, I
You
don't
still
think
have
they're
the
crazy, but I
chicken in
mean,
the
it
garage?
seems to the outside world.
Fern.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a second, you're the executive director, you
What
run
is
this,
it? Fern.
this agency,
Fern?
and you
Oh,
take care of all
sorry,
these
okay.
people,
Is the fern
and you're
still
over
in the
here,
garage?
Yeah, but we're
right,
gonna, she's gonna transition.
washing the butts
They
of
all
the
Monday.
chicken that's having diarrhea,
Most of them.
giving
She
me
knows about it.
antibiotics.
Yeah.
I
don't
go
even
in
try.
when I go pick up our chickens, and she shows me the 2 sick chickens,
I don't
and
wanna
she
know.
picks up the one,
What'd
and
you
he
name it?
throws up, and then diarrhea comes out his back, and she puts him back down, and I'm like, I don't know, Pam, if that chicken's, and she goes, oh, he's gonna be fine, or she's gonna be fine, is she okay?
They're back in, they got,
Like literally, I mean, if our chickens had done that, I would have been so freaked out, but Pam's just like, oh, yeah, there goes the diarrhea, oh, there goes the throw up, okay.
yeah, they were in quarantine for about 2.5 weeks. And so
Well,
back
then you have the chicken at your house.
We still have that one.
Yeah, because Jim goes, oh yeah, they're, did you know they're nursing a chicken at the house? I go, yes, I do. I
Yeah.
don't know exactly what the
We were
problem is.
nursing 2 chickens at ROR. We're giving them injections
Yeah.
twice a day.
No,
Uh,
every other day.
Every day. We're giving them care.
okay. So, let's see. Where's the thing? about the healing powers of animals. Caring for a pet forces Helen to live in the present rather than dwelling in the past. She was saved by a dog like 50 years ago, and now she's served by. So I think saved by the mouse. So I think that was kind of a part of the book too, where they were like, animals, or part of it.
They can be very therapeutic.
She fell down into the well, and a dog
Oh, that's right.
sniffed her
That's right, I forgot
or
about that.
found her, and
Yeah.
Well, they gave the dog her clothing, and after 2 days, and
He found
the
her.
dog sent it
I
around.
totally forgot about that.
that was quite traumatic. I would think the rest of her life would have been.
Yeah.
Did you read in the appendix though that the author is an EMT in New York City, and he's written 3 philosophy books. So, I mean, this kind of fits that.
I started watching an interview with him on YouTube, but he started talking about the mouse again. Then.
Enough about the mouse,
Patty,
right?
did you finish the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you read it mostly today?
Yep. No, I was 85 when I started this morning.
This
I read
novel,
the whole thing.
this novel is set in a
It's
town
just-
where the Arthur grew up, but hasn't lived for 30 years. Why do you think he chose to do that? If you wrote a book, where would you set it?
California.
Where you grew up.
Where you grew up. Because it's known, you know it.
She came back to it. Why do you think she came back to it?
That's a real good question, I think.
Yeah, and I
because
couldn't figure that out.
Because she had a house.
Well, she set herself up
No.
for all this that
She
we're talking
didn't.
about, her depression. She set herself up to
She did.
for this. Everything that happened until page 76.
She walked right into it.
What now? What's on page 76?
Well, I was going to get into that after your questions.
Oh, well, go ahead.
No, after your questions.
No, I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
which question to pick here that would be better than that. What are you
Yeah.
saying? It's on page 76.
Well, it gets into something that you think about in the book. Like, was there spirituality in this novel or religion? Like, was this just I'm alive now and I'm gonna be dead soon?
No, she talked about the afterlife and that the mouse would see her family before she would even, because she wasn't quite gonna die yet, but the mouse was gonna die. So she said, tell everyone hi, and I'll be there soon.
But
So
she
she
wasn't
believed in an
religious.
afterlife.
Yeah, but she wasn't religious, I don't think.
Well, to believe in an afterlife, you kind of have to be religious.
Well, you have to be maybe spiritual. You
Yeah.
think there's
What?
spiritual,
Yeah,
you know, but
I don't
not
think you
like
have to believe in a God
To believe in afterlife? Really?
I mean, she did make that statement.
I think you would
where
have to.
If the mouse was dead, that he's there with David
yeah.
right now.
Yes, she did say that.
Yeah.
So even though she made a big deal out of it, apparently, there's something there.
And it seemed like she was done with this life because she never said this, but she was ready to go on to the next life because she assumed she'd be with them again.
Would it be okay for me to read an entire chapter?
Oh, please.
Entire
no.
chapter.
Yes, it would be inappropriate.
It's too
Totally
big.
inappropriate. We all read the
Thank
book.
you, Jan. Thank
Sure.
you.
It's
2 pages.
It's 2 pages.
Go, John. Just
Okay,
go. Be
go.
quick about it.
Okay.
I'm with you, John. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
I can skip one of the pages.
No, if you
Just
if
read,
you
John.
chose
Just
it,
read it. Quit explaining.
There's a
Just
reason.
read.
She's, you probably remember, I'll paraphrase here. She's in her bath. She's soaking. She's thinking about her childhood. And like people have said here, she's often wondered what day she will go. She wonders if tonight, if it will come swiftly. A moment before drifting off, a terrible thought occurs to her. Helen opens her eyes and sits up. If she dies in the night, he will be alone. The lemonade cap will be licked dry within a day. The food won't last much longer. And with no one out of the sink to help himself, it will be a worse fate than if she had left the creature outside at the mercy of the rain and the neighbor's cat. At the end of this page is what I want to come to. Then he's waxing a little bit about reality is all corners and sharp edges, and then a more unsettling truth drops. Helen is no longer able to die. What she has both wanted and feared for so long is now impossible. Squeezing both fists, she turns sharply to the bedside table. It's like having a baby at 83.
There you go. Oh my God.
As if loosened by anger, a memory drifts toward her like a small feather. She has seen the toys outside on the patio stones before. At the pet shop in Westfield, she was with David a few days before his 13th birthday. They'd gone to choose aquariums for his room. The toys were on a shelf beside the cages. She can't remember why they were looking at them, but they were stacked in rows with stickers that displayed the price. Those exact things: a wheel, a tube, a blue castle with turrets and air hose at each corner. So the deep sea diver had been part of the set after all. Helen wonders what else she can't remember, and Anne wonders why memory holds things back. So I think she's talking a lot about memory and not quite being able to grasp it. The bigger question is why all this is happening now. Could what we call coincidence be something intended with a meaning purposely hidden? This mouse. That could imply design, a god.
Oh no.
But what sort of God would strike down a boy's father at dinner time, then allow the boy to grow into a beautiful, gentle man, only to snatch him too? And then in italics, I think the only place in the book, there's a sentence in italics. If there is something, Helen ponders, and it's not malicious, but loving, then it must be very small, and at times powerless, rather like the mouse in her sink. So she's kind of equating God with this mouse, or the spirituality aspect of God.
Kind of sounds like.
Yeah. This is chapter 16. If you want to go back,
But she ties it. She ties it together that way.
yeah.
And
Well, she's saying this all-powerful God who will let all these terrible
things happen.
There must be love somewhere. And then she goes on the next page and talks about that it was a mouse that David wanted to buy in the pet store that she just referenced here, and in his mind had already begun to love. And she ends it with, "Where was that love now?" So that's kind of thought-provoking.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for her to make some sort of obtuse connection between David and the mouse, because she was caring for the mouse, and so it was, it was a stand-in for David.
Yeah.
But in that connection never got made. I think that was too literal.
Well, she's definitely, all her maternal instincts kicked in to the point where she wasn't making tea in her kitchen sink because she needed the mouse to be there, and she was going into the bathroom sink to get the water. And so you're thinking it's a maternal instinct, and then the moment the mouse gets sick, you realize it's another level. It's a trained physician who's like.
And she's also, it seems like here, because then she says something about the mouse, and she says, well, except he is downstairs in a pie box now, not dying. And the first time in many years, against her better judgment, neither is she. So it's kind of also like she's found love, and she remembers that love for her son, maybe more strong than her husband. Is that possible?
And she's needed now.
Right, she has a purpose in life.
Purpose.
She had no purpose.
But I mean, they're talking about not purpose, but love. She has,
Yeah.
she's got love.
This mouse loves her, and she loves
And
it.
she's debating, I think, with herself, is this love, where is the love I had for David, or where was the love David had for his mouse? And And then later on, she remember the people all showed up downstairs, and she was like talking about like, oh, it's such a racket down there, but it's kind of nice to have somebody. And she started having these thoughts about, well, I could prepare dinner, or I could do this for them, and she was, changing as a person.
Planning
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Get people together. I could have them over for, was it Christmas or Christmas Eve or something?
And in the same breath, she's irritated, but I mean, that's kind of part of love. It's like, love isn't all la la land. It's, you hate parts of it, you love parts of it.
Did she?
That's what I say. I don't know.
She
I think you're onto something over there, John.
did she connect with anybody ever? I mean, at the end, did she make a permanent connection with the doctors, or?
I think she made a permanent connection with almost everybody that was somehow involved.
So,
Definitely the
Sipsworth sort of saved her then.
He did. I mean, the
Well,
hardware
Sipsworth-
store guy, the owner,
But it's all because of Sipsworth. I mean,
Right,
Sipsworth
doctor.
gave her direction and purpose and commitment and all that other stuff. But I thought it was I thought it was just a harrowing description of old age, of singular old age.
where you're by
Where-
yourself.
She, the storyline is that she found something worth living for,
Yeah.
and it sustained her through all of these evolutions, and so it was. You could read it both as being kind of, nice to say, not tragic, but sad, or you could read it as very redeeming. I mean, because it's got a happy ending. It's a kind of an odd ending, but it's very happy. It's an uplifting ending. But oh my gosh, what a statement about old age.
So you said that you read it, but you said that's okay. I'll read it again.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because I really liked it.
Because what?
I really liked it.
When you read it the first time?
I really did feel
I mean,
like it was a way to tell a story about getting older, and as I'm getting older, you think about that, and then you also think about your parents, like even though they're gone, what that was like to be older, but you also just see older people and think, do they have something to live for? Is there someone who loves them? Because many times older people are just dismissed, they're a little too slow, they sound a little too crazy, they're a little too neat, whatever. And so I thought it was a very heartfelt story, and I really liked it, and I was right in there with the mouse. I was like, I thought the mouse was, So when Patty says, I hated this book, I'm like, Patty.
I didn't say
really
hey.
good book.
I just thought it was a little bit of a waste of my time.
It wasn't a waste of my time, because I found it very hopeful. I found it very hopeful. And so when you suggested, I'm like, I'm gonna go get that and read that again. Whereas sometimes
How long ago had you read it?
maybe 6 months.
Oh.
Maybe not even that long ago. 5 months ago.
Uh-huh.
This year.
It's pretty new.
Maybe I read it like in January, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
or something. I think I read it when we were down in Florida. I reserved it because, it came up as a New York Times suggestion. And
Yeah.
I kept waiting for the mouse to come to life, and didn't. Which, fortunately, because that would.
What do you mean?
Skewed it. Well.
Oh, you mean like turn into a person?
Well, or to be thinking.
To get it from the mouse's
The mouse
perspective.
never. He never thinks about his situation. He behaves through his situation in mouse-like things that are supportive of
He
her,
behaves like a mouse.
of her needs. It's very supporting of her needs, but you never hear the mouse, thinking.
That's because they don't.
Jan. Oh, Jan.
And yet, this mouse is like sitting inside a slipper, eating food on the couch, watching TV with a
Holding,
star.
holding her finger and licking the medicine
And the
off of her
mouse,
finger. with his thumb.
obviously has affection for Helen, and appreciates what she does for him, but as far as the mouse thinking, oh, this is an old lady and she needs my help, so I'm going
I
to
don't think that was
not doing that, Jason.
Okay.
And that's
It's just a
that's,
thought.
that's what
Find a
Patty
mouse.
didn't like,
A mouse companion.
because she
Just a
doesn't
fun.
think that relationship can happen. And
What?
I think it's legitimate.
That's not why.
Well, I didn't.
I think people get attached to their dogs, and the mouse did save her, and she got attached to the mouse. I understand all that. It was just a little, I don't know. There's so much on my list to read that when I had to slow down and read this, I was like, but I wanted to read something else.
I mean, did anybody wonder about this woman's previous life at all, other than just
Well, you didn't have to. I mean, maybe she told you
Yeah,
all
well,
about it.
No, but
What
in the
did you wanna
beginning
know
of
that
the
you
book,
didn't
is
know?
that what you mean in the beginning of the
Well,
book?
just her as a person, as opposed to what her
Yeah.
label was and who her relatives were.
No, I mean, she talked about the war, and she talked about falling down the well, and the only thing she didn't tell us was that she was a famous heart surgeon.
Right.
And
Yeah.
But then
didn't
she
talk
eventually
about
told us
at
that.
all.
Yeah.
In the beginning, you know how you're putting together a character, and I'm thinking, this is an older woman who has no family. She's very much an introvert. She has no friends, and she's poor. Because she would talk about getting this one treat. I can't remember what it was. It sounds like it was a pastry or something. And she got it once a week, and that was her treat.
But she wasn't poor.
No, she wasn't.
had
She had
tons
tons
of
of money, but
Oh, yeah.
but what you get is maybe because she was depressed, but like I'm building this image of who this is, so I was as shocked as anything. I'm like, what? You're a doctor? Okay,
And I forget how much she said she had in the bank.
but it was a lot.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands of
Yeah, because she offered it to the hospital or somebody.
Yeah.
But it does point out your built-in prejudice. of
Exactly.
Old people.
Old
Yeah.
people.
We accepted it readily.
They're poor. They're
And by old, I
uneducated.
mean, me, so.
Yeah, but because they were more introverted into themselves, you just think,
But as far as not knowing about her life, I think we knew a lot about her life. She was constantly reminiscing about
Yeah.
Lynn and her son and
Yeah.
all this stuff and the war, constant talk about
But
the
it's
war.
interesting,
Well,
she didn't really reminisce about being a doctor until after we found that out.
Not even,
And
she
even
didn't
then,
even,
not that much.
No.
No, I mean,
Not
she
really.
invented this thing.
And she didn't even make a big deal out of that, really.
And we
I
don't
don't
know
remember
anything about
reminiscing.
her relationship with her
Husband
son.
or herself.
I
Though
mean, as far as we know,
I think
she is
No.
looking back, and all of a sudden a stronger love appears than maybe was
I
there.
didn't think that.
Well, I don't know. I think she really admired her son because I think wasn't he like an
A teacher.
environmentalist,
He was
a teacher,
yeah.
and he took public transportation, and I think he
Yeah.
got hit he wasn't in a car. I think he got hit by a car.
Yeah,
Because he didn't.
he refused to drive it.
Right. He just said,
He wouldn't, and that's the only. I mean, I got the
He sounded
impression that
autistic.
she was close with her son.
I did too.
They had a loving relationship,
I
and
did
she
too.
loved her husband, and he loved her. The only rift between her and her son was when he wouldn't take the dad's Jaguar, and she made some snotty remark about.
oh, that's right.
And
And that should have been a clue, I guess, that there was money somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because you don't have a Jag without having some money.
yeah.
But yeah.
But
yeah.
is that enough? Having her husband and especially her son taken away from her, is that enough? I mean, it's certainly sufficient, but is that enough to make her a bitter woman?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Is
take
it?
one of my kids. Yeah.
Okay.
You know that when you're married, one of you will go first, and you try not to think about it too much. Because it sounds horrible.
Who's that?
Just
You.
saying that- that's you, sweetheart. But when
I
you
knew
think,
it.
but when you think about one of your kids going, oh my God, yeah. My sister and brother Jim and I had lunch with my aunt who's 91, and so we were asking her lots of questions because my dad never talked about his childhood other than his dad died when he was young and he was like 10 or 8 or something, I don't know. And he had 4 sisters. They had a 5th sister who died, and like nobody talked about her. She died when she was a little kid, and you're just kind of like back in the day, you just don't talk about the horrors of things. But I can't imagine living then afterwards. And then it explains why my grandmother was the way she was. This is my kind of scared grandmother.
What do you mean? Explains why she finished.
Because is your kid?
What
is
does
a
scary
kid-
have
as
to
a-
do
as a-
with
as
the
a-
child dying?
As a kid, well,
She
she was
became
scary to me, but as a kid, you don't know why a grandmother is hurt or reserved
Unavailable.
or unavailable, doesn't make any real effort. She's just like, she was depressed. But as a kid, you don't know that. You just think, oh,
You think
why-
it's you or something.
Yeah, you think it's something about you. And now, in hindsight, I realize, my God, my grandmother, she lost her husband probably when she was in her 40s. She had 5 kids to
Lost
support,
her
and she didn't
little
ever
girl.
work. She lost a little girl. They lived through the Depression.
Mm-hmm.
They lived in a 2-bedroom house. My aunt said she slept with her sister and my grandmother her entire life. And then my dad got his own bed, and then the other sister slept in another twin bed.
And this is going to sound really
Well-
crude and rude, but
No.
what's wrong with that?
What is wrong with it? I think it's a hard life.
Right. And all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
We're
what's
When you
wrong?
lose-
way
when you
over
lose-
30 minutes.
you
You,
wouldn't do
want
it
to
unless
keep it
you had
going,
to.
or do you
No.
want to?
When you
want
lose
to
a
wrap
child,
this part of it up?
Jan asked, was that enough to be, or one of you asked, is that enough to be depressed?
Wrap it up.
John did.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay, wrap it up.
Well, okay, if she's bitter about what's happened, she's blaming this person, she's blaming God.
I didn't pick up on that.